Hi everyone and welcome to another edition of Coach's Corner. We talk Ponca City basketball this week. The Ponca City girls and boys basketball teams have opened their season and prepare for a big week with 4 games for each, the boys and girls this week, including the first road trip of the year down to the Oklahoma City area. We'll talk about that in just a few moments. We start out talking Ponca City girls basketball with Coach Winburn. The Ponca City girls are 1-1 after their first weekend of play. They were victorious on Thursday night against Harding Charter Prep and then lost their second game of the season to make them 1-1 now. They lost to the Northern Oklahoma Homeschool out of Tulsa. And Coach, if you could, the Ponca City Basketball Festival, your girls won one, lost one. Some thoughts?
Well, I think it was a good start up for us, especially the first night. Both nights we shot the ball really well, so I'm excited about that offensively, that we shoot the ball as well as we did. Disappointed in the loss on Friday against a really good NOAA team that Stillwater had to come from behind to beat late in the game. I'm disappointed in the fact that we lost. I'm disappointed in the fact that we had 30 turnovers. That's the area we've got to fix. And hopefully each time we play now, we can start chopping at that a little bit and eliminate those turnovers, Phil.
The best thing about the first weekend is what you just said, though. You played. You had quite a few girls that, hadn't been in that situation, especially your starting point guards, who you started 2 different girls. You played some different players there, but until they see it live and go for 32 minutes in a live action game, there's no way a coach can really describe that to a player.
You can't. You can't mimic it in practice, no matter how good you are or how well you think you can mimic something. You just can't do that in a practice session. And you're right. Kids don't know what's going to happen until they actually get there.
On the positive side, you did mention shooting, rebounding, especially that first game where we dominated rebounding. Defense was good the whole weekend. Really, offensively, defensively, turnovers are the one thing, though, that, and some things you can't fix. You can't fix how tall players are or whether they're athletic, but you can fix turnovers, so I guess that's another plus, too.
It is, and we're going to concentrate on that the next 4 games this week and trying to eliminate our turnovers. And, of course, again, size and speed and athletic ability has a lot to do with turnovers. And so we're going to do the best we can to eliminate those. And I think each game, because of our lack of experience, we're going to get better. I really do. I think by February this could be a team that it's going to be pretty solid.
One thing about it, you turned the ball over, and both teams tried to push the tempo. They tried to press your girls. And although you made some mistakes and we did lose a game, I would think that early in the season, you don't mind seeing some of that because you'd rather go ahead and let them figure out mistakes early in the year rather than midway or later in the year.
That's right. If we played our best ball game Friday night and not much area to fix, then you got problems. But we didn't play our best, but I am very excited about the good things that I saw, especially the rebounding. I don't know whether it's school record or not. I guess I need to find out. Tasha Burley having 26 rebounds is tremendous. I don't know whether anybody's ever had 26 rebounds in a ball game.
Pretty unselfish. It's like a point guard that likes to pass the ball first. I have a feeling that she really, you would have to get that many rebounds, and she's kind of that type of player. Even last year when she would just play a couple of minutes off the bench, she may not score any, but we always looked up and she'd have 5 or 6 rebounds for a very limited amount of playing time. So 26 is an eye-opening number, but it doesn't surprise me that she's having that early success.
I agree. Thursday I was disappointed in us. Even though we won, I was disappointed in our intensity, just our whole attitude about the game, and kind of careless and not really into the ball game. But Friday it was totally different. I thought our intensity level, I thought we came out solid from the very beginning, and even leading at halftime was a very positive situation for us. Again, we go back to the turnovers, and I think that was a big difference the second half.
Well, they say that the biggest differences are from week 1 to week 2, and you're going to find out this week as we record our program. You have 4 games this week, and we only know who 2 of those games are going to be against. The other 2 are in a tournament, could be determined. But we know that Bishop McGinnis, the top 3 team out of Class 5A, and then Oklahoma City Northeast, who will play in the Hera tournament. is ranked 7th in 4A now. So you know you've got your work cut out this week as well.
We do. The challenge gets even greater because Bishop McGinnis is an outstanding team, got quality talent. They're big. They're a couple of 6'2" kids, and their guard play is big. They're 5'8", 5'9" in the guard slot. So it's going to be a challenge for us, but we're hoping that we can put together 4 quarters of basketball, not just 2, and play a complete game and cut out our turnovers. And then Thursday over at Hera, we're going to play a very athletic, very experienced team. I think they've got all 5 starters back from last year's state tournament team. So we got 2 difficult days, 2 big challenges for us to see where we're at.
And then you'll continue playing on Friday and Saturday. So we've got 2 games in the books. At this time next week we'll have 6. And you'll have a better idea of how good your team is too. That's
right. And again, I'm still positive. I knew coming into this season that we were going to be challenged early before Christmas, and it's playing out that way. But I think by February this team will be a completely different team.
Now, again, you don't want to play your best game right. If we played our best game right now, I would not be optimistic about February. But this is a team that's going to be a work in progress, if you will. A lot of young players, but a lot of good players. You see a lot of good things out there. They make mistakes. They are human. But again, they'll cut those down. We cut that down to just 15 or 16 turnovers, Coach. We'll be in just about every ball game.
Our goal is 10. I know that may not be realistic. It isn't right now, but still that's a goal. We set our standard very high, and we're going to try to achieve that. And so if we can cut from 30 to maybe 20 this week, well, we've done something really good, and then by February cut it down below 10.
Fun to see the Allen Robson Fieldhouse rocking this past weekend, wasn't it, too, Coach?
Oh, our Rowdies, I was very proud of them, and it looked like to me that school spirit is starting to come back a little bit, and I think the kids that did come had a good time. I think they enjoyed it, and of course our boys are playing really well right now, and that was a good situation to come and watch them play.
If there's nothing else you can do for these young teams, come and support them. A lot of home games here this time of year. We have Bishop McGinnis, then we go on the road to the Hera tournament, but we still have some more home games left before the Christmas break. So support these kids. Come out, you'll enjoy it at the Robson Fieldhouse, and I know the coaches and the players both feed off of that crowd, don't they?
They do. Kids just play better at home, and they play better when there's somebody there yelling for them and getting excited, and they get excited. You could see in the ball game Friday, I was very pleased that we started off well, and then the crowd immediately got into it, and that just boosts you even more.
Absolutely. Coach Winburn, our girls basketball coach. Check out the Lady Cats and Wildcats. Basketball season is here. We enjoy talking with Coach Winburn on this week's edition of Coach's Corner.